Hola chicos, buenas a todos. Nada, aquí estamos. Vamos a darle otra vez al hellblade. Antes he tenido un problema de conexión. Había empezado y se me ha ido a la mierda. Vale. Vamos allá. Os pongo en contexto. Esta es una persona que va al inframundo. Es un juego basado en leyendas nórdicas y va al inframundo a intentar salvar a su novio. Estaremos una horita y media como mucho.
It's nearly over. Finish it.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Take him down. Take him down. Get him now.
Why suffer the past when there is a new road ahead? The only one that makes any sense.
Tío, qué fallo.
He's down. Finish it.
Voy a apagar las luces de fuera, aunque me quede un poco más... me quede oscuras.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Get up quick! Fuck. She can still do it! They're winning! Stand up straight.
¿Qué?
Do it! You're close! Shit. Watch out! Find a good position and you let them behind.
¡Hijo de puta!
Finish this! End it now! Don't give up.
Tío, no.
What's the secret?
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain.
¿Qué coño pasó ahí? La X está por aquí. La buscamos, vamos a seguir. Tenemos que buscar. Está diciendo que el X está por aquí. Coño. Hostia, tú, mira qué buena la perspectiva. Vale, pues hemos encontrado una. Ahora tenemos que localizar la otra. Que me está diciendo que está por aquí la S. Bueno, sigamos, vamos a ver. Es que no me está dejando nada claro. Bueno, sigamos. Uy. Luego dejamos ahí. Pero si aquí está este es por algo seguro. Coño, esto ha sido fácil, tío. No me lo esperaba, mira. Vamos a bajar aquí abajo.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Y volvemos aquí. Perfecto. Entonces, si de aquí volvemos aquí... Aquí me está poniendo la S. Joder, perspectiva exacta, o sea, al final estaba todo en el mismo sitio, pero que había que andar localizando la zona. Manda huevos, tío. Vale. No huele que va a haber aquí otra vez combate. No sé por qué, pero me huele a combate.
The gate is opening. Who is it? It's coming. That song again. Is it? It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the dark. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on.
Why go on? When you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, feeling, a song.
Listen to it.
Don't give up. Not like this.
It's not real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
You still believe in me, Shadows?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows this. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. Sam, go towards it.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Estoy simplemente explorando, ¿vale? A ver si encontramos algo por aquí. Y no hay nada más aquí.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind. Where's the tree?
There he was,
Where is it?
the lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Saw play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
He's there, under the tree. You can see it. Come, you have to keep. Dillian, go waiting. Keep going.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out in Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses it, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Bueno, antes de pasar la puerta esta, tendremos que explorar, aunque veo que me está pidiendo, me va a pedir...
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sent a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Toca irse de exploración, chicos. Toca irse de exploración para ver dónde leñas podemos ver lo siguiente. He visto yo aquí un esto de... Aquí.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted. They're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches him. One is cold heart.
Hola, pan de cereal, buenas. Me ha asustado cuando me ha sonado el clic ese. El aviso de que has escrito tú por YouTube. Hoy he conectado antes, pero me ha fallado otra vez la conexión o no sé qué. Y nada, he tenido que esperar, así que me he ido a dar una vuelta. Y ya cuando he vuelto tenía todo bien. Y es cuando he empezado, llevo 30 minutos. No voy a estar mucho tiempo, le daré una horita, horita y media a este juego.
Watching from afar, she mimicked him,
Y luego igual me voy al Valorant.
perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Mira.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir.
¿Y qué tal lo demás? ¿Te duele el dedo? ¿Y eso por qué? Ya, no sé si lo verás aquí. Ya ves, no se ve por la luz. Bueno, ahí me llevé la yema de mi dedo.
What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same.
De tanto dibujar.
See the world through eyes anew and dance with it,
Ya, qué bonito,
just
¿no?
like he does.
digital. ¿No has saltado que has escrito algo? Sí, ya te he entendido lo en digital.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Come and watch. Bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
Won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Is that you? I'll find you, man. I promise.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
Aquí hay algo, ¿no? Vamos a ver.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of
El regalo de
Odin.
Odín. Y a mí se me ha roto la
They cut
espada.
their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out, so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, he says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is a heavy price to pay.
Hostia. Tiene con la historia, tela marinera, ¿eh? Telita la historia.
here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. One day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named
A lo que llamaría Gram.
Gram.
Vale. Que todo esto es cultura, pues, vikinga o no sé cómo. Y la verdad que a mí me encanta todo el tema este. Y por eso lo estoy haciendo tan despacito e intentando localizar todos los... comentar todo lo que hay ahí. Y esa es la espada llamada Gram.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Hola, Scarlett.
What are they? Look, where's it coming from? She started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
¿A qué hora, Scarlett?
Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it. It's the metal runestones. It's in front of you. Find it.
¿A qué hora, Scarlett?
The metal.
Que quería...
The runes. You need that sword. Go to the
Ahora
shard.
vas a jugar un par. Joder, quería hacer una hora de esto, por lo menos antes de cambiar. Porque para cambiar en YouTube sí que paro directo porque estoy haciendo esta serie por un lado y lo demás por otro lado.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer. What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. The angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound.
Yo, si te echas una hora, que son casi 40
It's
minutos,
strange that we
le damos
go
la
to
siguiente
such
punto,
lengths to bury
que
death.
es lo que quiero estar más o menos.
Something so very ordinary. Inevitable.
¿Dónde coño me ha traído?
It's as if we conspire to hide death.
Ahí tengo la bandera,
Because we
donde
have
quiero
no
hacer
answer
allí,
for it.
pero antes vamos a explorar un poquito por aquí.
But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved
Tengo el
ones,
brazo este medio chungo aquí. Tengo que cambiar de brazo.
then comes the reckoning.
Vale, ahora nos cuenta la historia de la espada.
Turn back.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker
sé que era
born
asesinado.
after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child, who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
¿Me has oído, Scarlett, lo que te he dicho? ¿O ya no estás aquí al oro? Que te he comentado que si quieres darle una tú ahora, que si tardas 30-40 minutos, en ese tiempo yo hago lo que quiero hacer aquí, que es que tengo que parar el directo de YouTube y volver a activarlo, porque no quiero mezclar la serie. Ah, vale, guay. Pues cuando termines esa me avisas para que pare el directo de YouTube y lo vuelva a poner en marcha. Y así se me guarda la serie aparte, porque se me olvidó darle a grabarle. Ayer lo grabé aparte de jugarlo y esta vez se me olvidó por completo. Entonces no me importaba ayer porque como lo grabé pues siempre lo podía resubir, pero es que se me ha olvidado. Entra y lleva la antorcha. Y sé que no va a haber...
Who's there?
No entiendo por qué YouTube hace eso. Dios mío.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials.
No tengo nada para... No puedo encender nada, tío.
I'll find him.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? His voice or the voice is dead? Not Dillian.
Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him?
Where is he?
He sounds like he's getting further away.
Have you lost him?
You're going the wrong.
You lost, and have you lost him?
Where are you? Turn left.
Turn right.
Over this way.
What was that?
Puedo entender
This
eso.
way. Follow this way.
Where are we?
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are
Necesito
many grave
concentrado.
mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father as her passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. Flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
And no one can save you.
It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Ya sé que tengo que seguir los gritos. Bueno, está claro, ¿no? Tengo que seguir los ecos, pero es que quiero ver todo lo que pueda haber aquí de exploración de la historia nórdica, porque me flipa muchísimo, me tiene los pelos de punta la historia. Me parece una pasada, tío, que flipo en colores.
You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus. Use your mind. Everything disappeared. You let him slip through your fingers once again. It's not him. It's not him. We told you.
¿Derecha o izquierda? Oigo los gritos a la izquierda, vamos por la derecha, vamos por la izquierda. Hostia, tío, esto es enorme, joder. ¿Y por qué se encendió de repente ahí esa luz? Estaba apagada antes, ¿eh?
What's happening?
Ya sé que no suena como la de Dillion.
That's not Dillian. That doesn't sound like Dillian. It sounds like something.
Herver ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance.
Herencia, pero su padre
But
le
her
advierte
father
que la espada
warns
está
her
mal
the
que hay que
sword
ser la
is
perdición de su
cursed and would
familia.
be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it. The curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come.
Madre de Dios.
And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a
Y
father
las fechorías de un padre malditan a su
cursed
hija.
his daughter.
Joder. Vale, pues ahora mismo estoy bloqueado. Parece que nos arrimamos a algo.
Quiet. He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
Hostia.
That voice.
La voz no
It's
es
not
Dillion.
Dillian.
Claro que no es Dillion. Pasa una trampa. ¿Qué hostias? Hemos dado la vuelta. Pero esto es nuevo. Tengo que mirar ahí dentro. No hay nada más por aquí. Perdona que no te haya contestado, que es que estoy aquí todo concentrado.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
No tires la antorcha, idiota. Gilipollas.
I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness.
It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
Ahora es una etapa un poco light. Está sin espada, luego tampoco podrá combatir. Hay que conseguir una espada. ¿Coño, ¿y espada?
I am leaving.
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
¿Cómo?
Done. You did it, but there's more.
Puedes hacer otra más. Hombre, quería irme al Valorant, pero sí puedo.
There's still more. There's always more.
O sea, tenemos que hacer los desafíos estos de las...
Can you do another one?
Lo que sea esto de aquí, las pruebas estas, o como quieran llamarlos. ¿Y por dónde coño bajo esa de ahí?
Too much to do.
¿Por aquí hay algo? Por ahí es por donde he venido. Vale, lo primero vamos a escuchar la historia que quieran contarnos. O ya lo he escuchado este.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are
Vale,
being
este ya lo
buried
había escuchado.
alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden
Vale.
in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set
Entonces aquí
fire to
tenemos
Sigurd's
esto.
home. The king burns to death. I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good, and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Hostia puta.
Vale, vamos a ver. Lógicamente, todo lo que pueda ir bajando, bájalo, porque tendrá algo que ver.
The bridge. You've come this far, but
Bueno, en
the
este
bridge.
caso está claro, no puedo salir de aquí.
There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua? You want to battle Mask is here to watch you fail again. Don't fail.
Concéntrate en la máscara. Concéntrate en la máscara.
Stay back, don't touch. Where are we? What is this? It's the same.
Ahí va la hostia puta.
It's another world.
Ahora puedo ir por esa escalera.
It's lighter. It's
Por aquí no.
I like
Vale,
it here.
entendido.
Can we stay? Let's stay here. The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened?
Ok, entonces doy por hecho
It's fixed.
que tendré que bajar ese puente de allí. ¿Y esta puerta se puede abrir o no se puede abrir? Seguramente estará cerrada por dentro como siempre. Digo yo. Vale, entonces me está diciendo que este mundo está...
Dillian, don't forget. You can feel. You need the runes to fight.
Debo encontrar esta runa,
Need Dillian.
que estará en cualquiera de los dos mundos.
He's waiting for you. He always said
Vale, esta puerta estará cerrada por dentro, con lo cual la lógica está en que baje este puente, vuelva a cambiar de mundo para poder entrar dentro del castillo y localizar la runa.
Dillian, we're here. Dillian. We're nearly
Más que
here.
nada porque si no, no tiene ningún sentido que me hayan arreglado el puente del otro lado y me encuentre con que todo el castillo está cerrado. Así que ahora miramos otra vez a la calavera, a la cara esta. Y efectivamente, al estar el castillo destruido, puedo entrar dentro de él a través de este puente de aquí.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe.
¡Tienes que ir a la playa! ¡Qué envidia! Yo también quiero ir a la playa.
Dillian, there he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him.
No puedo
Go.
pasar, tengo que mirar a través de esto.
Dillian, don't lose him.
Way too many times.
Always let him disappear.
Dillian,
Where is he? Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here. She's in the wrong. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark. The dark world.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of
está por
color
aquí.
stretching away from the glow.
Pero por otro lado me estaban diciendo que estaba en el otro
Senna
mundo.
explored new paths into the unknown.
Entonces, es muy posible.
Thing in the world: fire, water,
Lo que
iron,
tengo que hacer es abrir las
stones,
puertas.
earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her sons. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldur's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
He was the only one she could trust.
Could she trust him? Senua, you've got it.
Why isn't he here?
He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world.
You're in the wrong world.
He's in the other world.
The dark world.
Without you.
Me estáis poniendo los nervios, chicas. Callaros de una puta vez.
Dillian's in the tower.
Perdón.
He's there.
Vale, no puedo. Ok. ¿Puedo abrir esta puerta desde este mundo? Digo yo que sí, ¿no? Pero esta puerta no. Y total es una estupidez porque ya he abierto todo lo demás, aún y todo. No sé por qué algo me dice que tengo que cambiar a al otro mundo. A ver, no lo sé, ¿eh? Pero es que si he abierto la puerta y tengo la puerta del castillo abierta, será porque... Ahora ahí tienen que haber desaparecido las cadenas. Y si no, me da igual, tengo la otra puerta abierta. Las personas me han dicho que a Dillian no podía ver en ese mundo porque estaba en el mundo de los muertos. Y Todos os odimos.
has claimed Dillion. I didn't know he was kind.
Efectivamente. Pues
Where are you taking
He's
him?
up there. He's up there.
está allá arriba.
How do you get up there?
There's a way.
There is a way
Claro,
up
no
there.
podía entrar por el otro lado, así que se puñetero milagro, pero he acertado. Y aquí tenemos otra.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Balder's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Vale, esto es lo mismo de antes, al parecer, ¿no? De construcción o arreglar escaleras, buscando el punto adecuado para la visión.
Do you know? Was it worth it? You're still alive and Dillion's dead. He doesn't deserve to be dead. How does that make you feel?
Estaba clarísimo.
Curse. And now the darkness is swallowing you both.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking pollen. Huth says, "I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon."
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillion.
Ahí tengo para hacer un cambio de
She saw things
de
no one
esto,
else could.
así que algo habrá que hacer aquí.
Patterns, shapes, movement.
Aquí tengo para hacer otro cambio de...
Made her an exceptional
He
warrior.
believed in you.
Friendship turned to love.
Bueno, por el momento vamos a abrir
But the shadow
todas
of
las
darkness
puertas que
never let
podamos.
her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past,
¿Qué?
and Dillion,
¿Y qué hace Dillion
her
ahí?
future.
Bueno, supongo que aquí la M
Two
estará por aquí,
realities
¿no?
tearing at her soul.
Just like it strangled him.
Wasting your
You have no time for this. Speed up.
These runes mean nothing.
It's all part of their game. They say you
Vale, esta puerta está cerrada, así que tenemos que abrirla por el otro lado.
and now they're going to watch you
Bueno, por el momento hemos encontrado ya una de las runas.
laughing at you.
Ah, pero no puedo abrir la puerta de aquí.
Closer to Dillion.
Dillion, you're letting this get in the way.
Y aquí no puedo hacer nada, ¿no?
To make you weak. She thought she had light within her when she
She is pure.
Ah, mira, lo que fácil, está aquí, ¿no? Hay que buscar, o sea que esto está tirado, está aquí. Ah, no, es al revés, o sea que es por el otro lado. Esto está arreglado, sí, está arreglado.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins.
Perfecto.
She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the
Esa
rollers
puerta
burst
tendré
into
que volver a
flames.
cambiarlo ahora porque seguramente esto
When
está
Balder's
cerrado.
wife sees his body carried onto the
Tengo
ship,
que volver al
her
mundo
heart
mortal,
bursts with grief, and she
o
dies.
sea, al mundo de los muertos que diga,
She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit,
y tendré que pasar
sending
por
the
esta
dead
puerta.
to hell.
He cared
But
in a way
even
that
so,
nobody else did.
the gods cannot accept his death.
Ichi.
look
¿Ya estás? Ok. A ver, déjame encontrar la última runa, a ver si me sale el punto de salvado, y si no, pues tendré que empezar mañana desde donde me haya salvado por última vez. Que sé que está aquí porque la he visto antes, pero tengo primero que abrir este puente. Para darme paso aquí. Y ahora venir aquí fuera y localizar la runa.
What if this is pointless? What are you doing?
Ya he localizado todas, ¿no? Ya he desbloqueado esa puerta. Luego tengo que tener el punto salvado ya mismo.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela.
No me quedan ya ninguna runa por reconocer. Luego esa puerta la puedo abrir ya. Así que ya el punto de guardado lo tengo que tener aquí. Ah, sí, me falta esta. Ahí va la hostia.
Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder. Weep him out of hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth,
Está diciendo que está... Ah, mírala.
trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave.
Está claro que es ahí, pero tengo que
Balder was
encontrar
never
el
my friend,
punto exacto.
she says. Let hell keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess
Vale,
must have been
ahora
looking
sí he
in the
abierto la
sky.
puerta.
What does she think she's doing? You're special.
Venga, me tiene que dar ya el punto de guardado. Ya mismo, me lo va a dar. Punto de guardado. Perfecto. Vale, chicos, pues nada, como lo prometido es deuda, pues aproximadamente unos 40 minutos más he hecho, ¿no? Exacto. Hemos llegado a un punto de guardado, así que vamos a salir del seno a sacrificio. Y vamos a ir entrando al Valorant. Voy a parar aquí el directo y vuelvo a iniciar el directo en YouTube en 0, ¿vale? Que simplemente lo paro para que no se me mezclen los dos directos. Así que nos vemos en un momentito.